Hello and welcome. Here is another video about SMMware, software for running your day-to-day business operations. This video provides a brief overview of settings related to QuickBooks Online. We also offer a separate video on the day-to-day usage of our QuickBooks Online integration. For a general overview of SMMware, please see our introductory video at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SMMware, or just search your YouTube app for SMMware. Okay, let's begin. Starting with a new installation of SMMware, the first thing we want to do is let SMMware know that we want to integrate with QuickBooks Online. Navigate to Admin and Settings. Open the first section, Basic Settings, for editing. Since we have company owner level privileges, we'll have access to this last option, should SMMware integrate with QuickBooks. We'll change that to QuickBooks Online, hit Save. This gives us access to some new commands. We'll go to Admin and then QuickBooks Online Connect. Begin the connection process. Log in here with the same username and password that you usually use logging directly into QuickBooks Online. Go ahead and complete the login process. Connect. You now have the screen you see here, currently authenticated with QuickBooks. It offers a disconnect button. Of course, we don't want to use that right now. And now we're ready to move on with the QuickBooks Online settings. To get to the QuickBooks Online settings, we go to the Admin menu and down to QuickBooks Online settings. This takes you to the list of subcommands, and we'll actually start at the bottom here in the Refresh and Import Records section. You can think of these as utilities, things that you can use under certain circumstances, but not typically day-to-day. The normal course of operations, you create clients, vendors, and associates on SMMware and allow SMMware to copy them over to your QuickBooks. Sometimes if you accidentally create one at QuickBooks, you can use this to resynchronize the two records. You can also use this for a new site for an initial import. When you first come to any one of these three commands, you'll see a test run and a live run button. Clicking on test run will bring in the records, but nothing will change in the SMMware database. You can see the results that would have happened if you had done a live run. If they're already synchronized, then that particular record would be ignored. A new client would have been created in a live run, and so on and so forth. When you start to do a live run, you can go ahead and click on the button, and you'll have a confirmation chance before anything actually happens. The vendors and the associates commands work in the same way. You can open up these individual panels to see more details about the imported information. From here we'll go back to the middle section and the top. The top section is where you can create settings that tell SMMware how to talk to QuickBooks, and it is using these three commands as kind of the supporting players. SMMware will keep a copy of your chart of accounts from QuickBooks. When you make a change over at QuickBooks, you do want to let SMMware know, so you come here and you click on the refresh button, and then it'll update any changes. You should do the same for the items. These could be service items, non-inventory items, and so on and so forth. And also for the payment methods. And again, the refresh button will get you a fresh copy. And as you're using this set of commands, don't forget to use the help, which has additional detail. And now finally we'll go to the main point of this entire set of commands, which is the settings. On this page you can decide whether SMMware will copy hours, expenses, both company and reimbursable, and whether travel pay would get copied to QuickBooks Online. Again, a company expense is when an employee pays a vendor using a company credit card, and a reimbursable expense is when the employee pays out of pocket and then the company needs to pay them back. The difference between a purchase and a bill is that a purchase means that you paid the vendor at that time. A bill means that the vendor gave you the services or goods and they gave you their invoice, which you then pay later. As you're using these commands, be sure to check out the question mark icons. You simply mouse over them and hold. You don't need to click, and you'll get some additional helpful information. We have some preferences. Associates in SMMware can be copied over to QuickBooks Online as an employee, as a vendor, or a contractor, where a contractor is a type of vendor, but they get a 1099. Here we have the client order. And for the job description, when you copy over hours, you can prepend some information about the job, if you like. For the next section, we're dealing with the items. These are items within QuickBooks that have been brought into SMMware, and we're matching operations in SMMware to them. For hours, for expenses, and for travel. In this section, any one of the choices will function. You just want to pick one that will make sense for how we want things stored over at QuickBooks. Down below, we have the accounts section. SMMware will limit your choices out of the entire chart of accounts. It'll limit choices to ones that make sense for a particular option. We have a choice for the company expenses. This would be a cost of job materials type of account. The next one is going to be one kind of a credit card or another. For the reimbursable expense, this is also going to be a cost of job type account, as well as for the mileage debit account. And lastly, we have the discounts account. The final command is for payment methods, which will provide everything that was in QuickBooks, and you will typically be selecting a credit card. Going back to the idea of items and hours, if you are using job codes within SMMware, you will see this is the job codes editing section, which is found under Admin Settings, and then Section 6 Job Codes. And each row is defining a job code. And in each row you have a drop down for matching to a QBO item. And you simply need to pick the item that you prefer for a given job code. So if you just follow these settings, you should be able to get your QuickBooks integration up and going. And of course, if you have any more questions, feel free to contact us at SMMware. We'd be happy to help. We hope you found this helpful. To find out more, visit our website at www.smmmware.com or call us at 240-285-4619 with questions. SMMware is an industry partner with NASM, the National Association of Senior Move Managers. We appreciate your time and hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.